going to be Choke on the defense first and top mid on the attack.
All right. Man, Zen is everywhere now. You ever see, like, maybe teams running a triple support, perhaps? With a Mercy, Zen, and Lucio? Because Zen, you're not losing a ton of damage if you can play a good Zen.
No, a lot of teams have been experimenting with triple support comps where you throw Zen in there and hope for the best. And really, I mean, Zen, his damage does do pretty well. One thing that was sort of a stealth nerf to him is that, for people who don't know, in the patch, there was a nerf to projectile sizes. So it's a little bit harder to hit people with Genji stars, Hanzo arrows, and yes, Zenyatta orbs. So Zen himself doesn't quite give people as easily, but if you do land your shots, it's pretty big nonetheless, especially with Discord Orb, which of course is just absolutely crazy. Regardless, though, take a look here at the Choke defense as a roll. It's going to be Christopher on the Reinhardt, Rux on Roadhog, Darius on Mercy, Chips, not Chips again, but just Chips on the Junkrat, Tizak on the Zenyatta, and Kissa going to be here on the McCree.
Oh, I got excited. I thought it was going to be Chips again. All right, well, Chipsa going to be on that Junkrat, as you mentioned. Offensively, they were, you know, kind of goofing around with some Omnics there, but it looks like this might be their roster rolling out for top mid. It is going to be Wolfie on Lucio. Nomad will play that McCree. Cuddles on the Reinhardt, and Morpha is going to flex onto Zarya. Crusade will play a Soldier 76, and LJT will be on the Robomonk Zenyatta.
And so offense now going to be on the way. Top mid, of course, they looked a little bit rough on their defense last round, but their offense looked pretty darn good. Morpha, of course, did a lot of work. This time not on the Genji, now on the Zarya, as Cuddles now leading the way, getting right on top of the point. Surprisingly, they did not eat a whole lot of poke to start that out. They just allowed Cuddles to get onto that point pretty much for free. As both teams looking for on-point early poke here, Christopher does take out LJT. So 65 fair the defense, but Nomad coming right back in the clutch, takes out Chris, aids a take out to Zach, so 5v4 for the offenses. Nomad now really uncontested here as McCree can poke anything that shows its head, gets 2 shots on the Kissa, down he goes, wins a McCree versus McCree battle, and just like that, top mid looking very good here in the beginning. He will get taken out by the res McCree. And even the defense is able to pull this back. Still a very good opening here from the offense.
Yeah, Nomad, after kind of losing probably the McCree first McCree more often last set anyway against Colin, has definitely dominated it so far here. He's been crazy good. Christopher is going to come in and delay this, waiting for his team to try to get back in here. He does his best. Here comes another tank.
Up there rushing in Crusade. Moving in here on the point, takes out the Winston, gets a double kill, 76. Down goes Lucio as well, eats the McCree shot to the head. And this should be it. Top mid will get the payload moving forward, and pretty good attack coming out from them, but I gotta say for Choke, I'm not gonna say they choked because I'm too classy for that, but you really want to throw a little bit more poke into a team as they're rushing in. It felt like Cuddles was able to get there pretty much uncontested, and Hex, here we go, it's happening. Ana is now being used in play. It's our first Ana sighting of the day.
Yeah, I really like the transition too. They're also adding a Diva into this composition. I think you're going to see Diva as a staple of Hollywood's second at the very least. It's just so important to take this high ground. They also run into Winston, so all these tanks taking top second, but they get discorded and brutalized out.
And Christopher does get the first kill on the Winston. Winston perhaps being a little bit over aggro. And we're just watching Ana right now, where again, she's trying to mix in heals and damage. Will get taken out as the defense just rolls right in the top mid, takes him out fully. Earthshadow, of course, leading the way. And that's the problem with Ana right now, is that for Ana, if you're not getting big sleep darts off and all the rest, it's sort of rough to do stuff with her. I'm sure that they have plans to use a big nano boost by either nano boosting one of the tanks or one of the DPS. Perhaps nano boosting Morph as he goes on the Dragon Blade, we'll have to see, but I have seen the teams struggle getting used to have Ana when not using her ult.
Well, I think you're going to struggle with her as a solo support, too. It's kind of just weird the composition they're running with a triple tank and a solo Ana.
Well, Morpha does pick up the double kill for the offense. This is looking much better than their last attack run, as Morpha right now going to go to the top. He's going to drop right down the Zen. This Zen should be dying as a result. No, he goes down to McCree. Here comes Dragon Blade. He's going to slice him right in half. A double kill here for Morpha. And good Genji play really leading the way right now for top mid as they push Team Choke back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you could get Cuddles off of this Reinhardt. You could get Morpha onto something more effective. If you're going to run this Ana, you got to commit to it. So Nomad needs to be hanging out with her as a bodyguard, which is what McCree does so well. You could also run a Zenyatta with her so that if anyone jumps, you can melt that down too. I don't think she can run solo support. I'm willing to be proven wrong, but this is a kind of a strange composition. They are moving the cart, getting some progress.
All right, well, we do see the Nano Boost come out here onto the Winston. Winston just diving right to the back. And I gotta say, an Empowered Monkey being on you is absolutely scary, but Chips on the defense doesn't care. Dragon Blade takes out 2, slices right to the back. And Winston got empowered. It didn't quite work out the way they wanted to, in part because of Genji just getting to their backline and getting whatever he wanted in that last engagement.
Yeah. They're going to stick with it. Okay, they do add in a Zenyatta now, so it's not going to be solo support. I think this looks a little bit better.
I think adding the Zen is what needed to be done there. It's on a solo support again. You're just not getting the raw volume of healing. There are tricks you can do with healing grenade and all the rest, but Ana really is at her best with at least another support, and that much we've sort of seen by now. So though, Chips going to the backline, still using this defensive Genji. Ooh, takes out LGT in the beginning. Kessa with the dead eye over the top gets 2 kills of his own. And the defense have pretty much already won this fight. They just need to take off a few of the stragglers. Morpha almost dying to Kissa there. And that's one problem with Genji too, is in this patch, not only does Genji have to worry about the McCree poke, but you also have to worry about Zen orbs. It's a much rougher patch to be a McCree, or to be a Genji. Much better patch to be a McCree.
Yeah, I mean, despite that, we're seeing a lot of Genjis out here today. I think it's just the value of his ultimate is just still super high. It's one of the best snowbally ultimates here we've seen in the first couple sets today. 3 and 4 kills on that ultimate.
Well, I think the other thing too is that when you want a projectile DPS to get to backline, you can't run Fair anymore. Yeah. So even though Genji is having a rougher time of it, you still probably want to run him over running a Fair at this point. Yeah. So Chips right now going to the backline, looks from the McCree, takes out the McCree immediately. That's the pick you need to see. Has Zen in his sight, should be able to get it with one more right click. Zen though, giving him the slip, will go down. 4 kills for the defense, make it 5 as Chips completes a triple kill. And I guess after a rough start for Choke, they are not choking here on the Streets phase. They're getting all the kills they need to get. And top mid's been having some trouble, and I just wonder for top mid if they'd be having better results if they weren't on the Ana at the moment.
Yeah, it's possible. They're definitely going to use it at least for one more life as the ultimate has built up. We'll see who they want to give it to. I think giving it to a more offensive hero would be good. I actually wouldn't mind it on the D.Va either.
It's not bad on the D.Va. It can also be really good in the McCree if you trust the McCree to hit headshots, but we'll see what they go for here. They might actually be looking to put on Nomad, given that they're going over the top. But no, Wolfie falls off the elevator towards the end. Morph still able to take out Oxo, so 65 for the offense.
Yeah,
despite that.
Wolfie's got to get into a weird position here, though. He sleep darts around the backside.
Keeping Reinhardt out, sets him up for the other Reinhardt, so pretty decent use of sleep dart there. Will take out Chris, but here comes Chips once more on the defensive Dragon Blade. Already takes out 2. It's taken out by D.Va in the end, so back and forth, but the offense has gotten the better of this, mostly due to Morpha's early picks.
Yeah, they didn't even have to use the Ana ult there, so now that is up and ready. Of course, it has been, tested on a Reinhardt. Looks really good on a Reinhardt, that ultimate, getting him superpower WM1 to the nth degree.
That eye right now coming out from Kissa, has 3 skulls, takes out just Morpha. That is pretty well worth given what he's done here. The defense right now on the power play. They rush a little bit too far and get countered by the Transcendence. And Transcendence really lets you turn things in a hurry as Wolfie now going in on the Ana, the nano boost, opening up Nomad for the double kill, and that's good. Should be a cap here for top mid, although it's coming awfully late.
Yeah, that is a super late cap. They're going to have 2 minutes to close out this map, though. They're going to have to run really quickly. It's going to be interesting to see where the defense holds here. Now, you can't really hold this first section that's right through the doors around the bend. It's just too wide open. You're giving up all your defenders' advantage. You can hold hallway. A lot of teams lately have been opting to hold all the way back, because it makes it really difficult for the offense to initiate.
Alright, so Discord Orb does come on Nomad here. Nomad, though, definitely been having a good last minute of the game. The offense moving forward, setting up as Crusade, able to take out Ox. Here comes Morphin now in the backline with the Dragon Blade, slices out 1, able to win the Genji v Genji battle, takes out McCree. The big threat is down. I don't know, you look at the defense right now. They are not running a Mercy, so they have no res available to undo mistakes like this.
No, it's been merciless for both sides, so any kills have pretty much been permanent throughout both games here. Now they do have all 6 on the cart now. Here comes the D.Va ult to create some space up front that's going to keep everyone in spawn.
Definitely for the offense, they only need a few more picks here to really turn this fully in their favor. And Nomad able to take out Ox here in a hurry. 2 kills for the offense, and now they get about 1 more pick. That should be it. They get the picks they're looking for. Genji the last remaining on the cart, but barring True Heroics, he's not going to do it. He goes down the flashbang, and that is going to be it. Top mid will be able to cap this out with probably about 40 seconds remaining by the time he gets there. There will be a little bit of stall here from Winston, but he's going to die immediately.
39 remaining on the clock, so that is 8:21. very beatable time, pretty slow throughout, but as long as they just stop them from finishing the map, they're going to win this one.
It'll really depend on what Choke has up their sleeves. I feel like they used Ana there, but I didn't see anything out of the Ana in terms of what they got from her that wouldn't have been done better by a different support. The way they were playing there is that you look at what Nano Boost did there. There was a point where it gave McCree a double kill at one point. It's like, okay, yeah. But McCree can get double kills without Nano Boost. Well, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't super impressed with the Ana pick coming out there from top mid. It didn't feel like they really used her to the height of her potential.
It didn't look like that it had been a super refined strategy. It was something that they wanted to toy around with and try. When they were first running her as solo support with triple tank, it just looked kind of odd. Like, it's just something you write down on paper and think, like, if this all goes well, it can totally work. And then you're just relying on so many things to happen. And yeah, I mean, when you nano boosted McCree and he gets double kill, well, you could have just damage boosted him with a Mercy, and you would have had a Mercy, and you probably would have got double kill too. So wasn't super impressed with Ana thus far either.
All right, we'll take a look here at the defense coming out here from the side of top mid as they do try and defend that 8-21 time. It's going to be Nomad on the McCree, Crusade on the Hanzo, Wolfie on the Lucio, Morpha on Roadhog, Cuddles on Reinhardt, LJT going to be on Mercy. So Mercy bringing her appearance out once more. Interesting that they have Hanzo over 76. Usually I've been seeing a lot more McCree 76 defenses, but one thing you can be sure of in this patch, going to see a lot of McCree by both teams pretty much at all times the way he is right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I think at the higher levels thing, it's really going to depend on McCree versus McCree. Now, we were in the Pharah meta. I think we're back to re-entering the McCree meta yet again. They do change off the last second from Hanzo to that 76. Offensively, Darius is going to be on the Zenyatta. Christopher will be on the Reinhardt. Ox is running a second tank in Winston. Tazik will also support on Lucio. Chips is going to play the Genji. Kissa on the McCree himself.
Here comes Reinhardt charging right in, leading the way for Team Choke. They do get a first kill that they're looking for. Down goes down goes LJT. There will not be a res here for the defense. As Crusade right now trying to hold off Genji in the cafe, will be able to do just that. Takes out Chipsa. So despite the early loss of the Mercy, which is a great pick for the offense, they're not really able to get too much more off of that.
Yeah, just completely wrecked on that push in. They have to wait for everyone to get back up. They should wait for Chips to get here as well. They're going to kind of sit up here and poke a little bit. Interesting to see if they take this front door angle or try to shift it all the way through the backside.
They're moving in here once more. Reinhardt leading the way. Here comes a Deadeye from Team Choke. Kissa looking for anything. Does have the skulls. Takes out Crusade. 2 kills here from Team Choke as they start this out. This is pretty good. If they can get the Roadhog here, they might have everything they need. Sunbear does come down for the defense, but what an Earth Shatter. Knocks down 2. They don't have the fault they need, though. They're just getting whole hogged right back. So, despite landing that Earth Shatter, whole hog coming into play sets up the defense to hold for a little bit longer here. Nomad's still a threat in the backline. Gonna get sliced out by Chips. Not able to land the left click he's looking for. Chips putting the team on his back right now. Gets the double kill. Looks to the Soldier, and Soldier should be dying as well. So, Team Choke perhaps not going to choke here on this point as they try and get this moving forward.
Yeah, now the Earthshatter comes out, but it is way too late as he gets discorded and cleaned up as well. Really nice push there on the offense. They were doing the kind of classic style of bum rushing over the top here. They ran a Winston and a Genji onto the cafe. They didn't really get a ton of kills, but they pushed all of the distance damage way far back so that everyone else was able to clean up on the cart.
Well, Chips right now does go for a little bit of poke. Ends up backing out. Time-wise, there's still a lot of time to play with here for Team Choke. I mean, they have 6 minutes, 20 seconds. Does not look like they're going to be going for the Ana Gambit here on the stage. Going to go for a little bit more tried and true, though. D.Va making her appearance. I'm actually a little bit surprised we're not seeing D.Va all the time, both teams, given how strong she is post-patch. But again, you look at her cycling the defensive matrix, really pushing the enemy team back. Will go down in the end. Might even get taken out by the Deadeye, but you see the potential of D.Va there and how much stall she can do now. As Nomad in the backline not only picks up the D.Va, but gets a long-range snipe on the Zen as well. Not something you saw last patch very often.
No. It's just McCree's very, very strong right now. That you might as well just put a scope on that pistol. A good McCree can just supplant even a Widowmaker in some situations.
The defense right now is fully set up here on the rooftop. Offense, lots of options for dealing with that. They do have a Transcendence, but oh my goodness. Zenyatta, even with the health buff, really has to be careful of McCree as Darius almost bit the dust there. And McCree Snipe's just the name of the game right now. Sunbear, though, does come out here from the offense. Offense going to pile on Transcendence as well. They're throwing all their chips on the table here, but they didn't have the offensive ults to go with it, as Nomad is just cleaning people up in the backline. 3 kills here for the defense, and I don't know about that. I mean, Soundbear and Transcendence, you can blow them both at the same time, but if you don't have the offensive ults to go with it, it's kind of a waste.
Way too scattered there, too. I mean, the Reinhardt went in, and then, you know, the Transcendence came to follow him up on his Sonic the Hedgehog Transcendence. That speed boost is insane. So he's up there in front, but everyone in the backline's getting cleaned up, as the defense just didn't even worry about those two. They're like, that's fine. We'll just take this fight against the 4 back here, clean them up, and then on your way out, we'll just kill you on your way out. It's fine by us. So now they're absolutely loaded for bear. Ultimate-wise is the defense. And offense has to figure out something here where they want to take this angle. I think they're going to try to just sneak the cart through so they don't have to deal with roofs.
Yeah, the offense right now, they're just focusing on the payload. Chipsa definitely looking to use the Dragon Blade here in just a moment. He's going to come to the back line. One quick kill coming up for the offense as Crusade goes down. They get 2 kills without even really having to drop much ult-wise. Chipsa will go down the Morpha. As Nomad, again, bringing this back. And Nomad's McCree plays definitely been pretty good here thus far, but Commentator's Curse, he will go down. Bloody from both sides by Christopher, dropping the Earth Shatter just to take out the Lucio. That's totally worth, but for now, offense keeping things going, and you look at the time, they still have 4 minutes, so this is still within beatable range for them.
Yeah, and now they're getting some kills up front here. They don't want to get stalled out on this next point. Want to make sure that they get the cart here so that they can get those forward spawns. Kissa, meanwhile, gets a double kill on his McCree as well. Nice momentum going into this last point. However, they are going to be slowed down by the slow progress of this limousine.
Yep, the one thing about the cart is that you do have to wait for the gates to open. It will not push during that time. You don't even need to keep people in the cart. It's not like keeping people in the cart opens the gates particularly fast or anything like that. But take a look here. Chipsa does have Dragon Blade still at the ready, moving forward with Winston. And they're just looking for an extra pick or two here that really make their life easier on the attack. They do have to worry about Mercy, though. Mercy is on the defense now, so...
Yeah, they don't really have to worry about anything right now. They should just take all the free space that they're getting.
Chips right now looking for their Genji. Has Winston with support. Deflects right in the Crusade. That's what Chips is looking for. Now with the good Dragon Blade, they can finish this right out. Dragon Blade will come out here in a moment. Looks for the McCree. Oh my goodness. Everything going in favor of the offense right now. LJT, do you have the resurrection? Does have the res. Gonna get dead-eyed right as he goes for it. And it still might be too many people down here for the defense to really regroup. They just gave up way too many picks too early.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be map and set.
Yep, it is a best of one. Was our final best of one of the day, but Team Choke able to clutch it out over top mid in the end, beating their time by about 2.5 minutes. So good job on them.
It's overall just a little bit better mechanical play coming out from them. I'm actually a little worried about Mercy right now. With the low charges, is it super valuable? Because you're giving up that slot that is kind of like damage dealer on that team too by running a Zenyatta. You res up, and then the Zen can just counter Transcendence. Your team's going to be entirely alive and wrecking face during that time. I don't know. It's been looking kind of shaky for Mercy so far.
I mean, based on scrims, I've heard that Mercy's still getting used plenty. It's just one of those things where you have to be careful in that the other team doesn't always have to be running a counter Mercy. Certainly, if you get the early picks, you don't want to give them up. Think about it in reverse, or in the reverse though, is that if they were able to get pick or two of their own on the defense, the offense wouldn't have had a res to undo those mistakes and really come back into it. So I think it goes both ways. We'll see how it shapes up.
Fair enough. Okay, so right now we are waiting for the winner of Giants versus TKR. They will face Choke OW next. We're going into the best of 3 phase of our tournament, so everything from here on out will be best of 3s except for the grand finals, which will be best of 5s. We're moving at a pretty good clip here today. On the other side of the bracket, We United is playing Endurance Gaming, so We United making an appearance here today. Of course, that's 2Easy's, I don't know, not parody team, but his team that is making a joke out of the Reunited name. So it's him and a bunch of other players with a lot of Overwatch backgrounds and TF2 backgrounds and Quake backgrounds. So a lot of the Quake Fortress team is on that Reunited squad. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, we're just waiting for our next opponent for Choke OW.
Alrighty.